Okay, so most of this should be review from 9th grade. What we're going to talk about today is our rules for exponents. I want to get into radicals too. Radicals is the second half of this lesson. It's probably going to have to wait till next lesson. I didn't get that far with my first class, so exponents it is. So first thing we have to do is we have to go over all of the exponent rules. Okay, there are a whole bunch of them that I'm hoping you guys remember from 9th grade here. Okay, you ready? A to the 0 power. 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Now, I cannot stress enough that you guys need to have these rules for exponents memorized, okay? We are going to be using them constantly this year. So please, 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 please take the time to memorize these rules. Don't be surprised if you get a pop quiz with the rules. I'm not telling you when it is. That's why it's a pop quiz. Okay? Yes? You guys are so talkative today. All right. A to the m times a to the n. No. I do add the exponents. I do. So if we have a common base, what's our base? A. If I have a common base, I'm multiplying common bases, I add their exponents. Okay, so we get a raised to the m plus n. Okay, when you multiply common bases, you add the exponents. If you hit Control M first, it makes it easier to type. Just a thought. Okay, a times b raised to the nth power. Any ideas, guys? Awesome. Yep, you have to make sure you raise everything in the parentheses to the exponent. Okay, so this becomes a to the n times b to the n. Okay. Doing okay so far? All right, next page. A to the n raised to the mth. There's a trick to remembering this one. Are you ready for the trick? I'm only going to do it once. It's going to make me look like an idiot, but I guarantee you'll remember it. Ready? When you raise a power to a power, you multiply. Were you going to remember that? Because I just made a fool out of myself, right? Okay, so when you raise a power to a power, you multiply. So what does this become? A to the n to m, right? A raised to the n times m. Okay, when you raise a power to a power, you multiply. That's going to be stuck in your head now, huh? Yep. It's an awful visual. All right. Do we like negative exponents? No, we don't like negativity, right? We want to make it positive. How? Anybody remember? I had one person last class that did. Yeah, awesome. Nice job. Okay, so to get rid of the negative exponent, we're going to write 1 over a to the mth. Okay, you push it to the other side of that fraction. Guys doing okay? A to the m divided by a to the n. Yeah, good. A to the n, I'm sorry, a to the m minus n. Does the order matter? Yes, absolutely. The numerator goes first, denominator second. Okay, you're subtracting the denominator from the numerator. A divided by b raised to the n? Yeah, you have to remember that when you have parentheses, you have to raise everything in those parentheses to the exponent. Okay? So this is a to the n over b to the n. Not there. Okay? God bless you. Lots of sneezy people today. All right, so do you remember most of these from ninth grade? Yeah? Okay. So let's work with them a little bit. Here's my first one. X to the negative 2 times x to the negative 3, all raised to the 4th power. Now, when we're dealing with these expressions, it's important that we use order of operations. Okay? So, what are we going to deal with first? The parentheses. Good. So what can we do inside the parentheses? Speak up. Meaning what? Add the exponents together. Right. I'm multiplying. I have a common base of x, so I have to multiply those together and I have to add their exponents. So what's negative 2 times a negative 3? Careful. Careful, careful. We're not multiplying, we are adding. When you add two negative numbers together, their sum remains negative. Okay? It's like saying I have negative $2 in the bank. If I spend 3 more, I'm going to have what? Negative 5. Now when you raise the power to power u, multiply. So what does it become? Multiply. Okay. X to the negative 20. Good. Good, and we don't like negatives, so let's put that over 1. Excellent job, guys. So 1 over x to the 20th. Good. That wasn't so bad, right? So you just go step by step, one step at a time. Ready for another one? Say yes. I still see people pushing buttons. Okay, so let's see if you can get this one. Try this one. We'll go over it in a second. Okay, first step is to do what? Good. Raise this power to power, so we multiply them. So we get x to the negative 12 times 2x to the 4th. Okay. It's the next step in order of operations. Exponents, we did that. Now what? Multiplication. So when I multiply like bases, what do I do with their exponents? I add them, right? So what's the coefficient in front of this x here? Yeah. So 1 times 2 is, and then x to the negative 12 plus 4, right? We add their exponents. So this becomes 2x to the negative 8. Okay, now this piece is really important. Do we like negative exponents? No. What is that negative exponent attached to? The x. Is it attached to the 2? No. So do I need to take and adjust the 2 at all? So the 2 is fine where it is. So you're saying I don't have to move the 2. Two over x to the 8. Okay? Remember, this is the same thing as this, right? That's the same thing. So to get rid of this negative exponent, all I have to do is take this piece right here and move it down. I don't need to touch the 2. It doesn't have a negative exponent. The exponent to the 2 is 1. It's fine where it is. Okay? So you have to be really careful of that. And we're going to do a lot of practice with that. Ready? Yeah? Okay, so go ahead and try this one. My suggestion to you is deal with that numerator first, make it look pretty, and then divide. Okay? All right, so let's deal with the numerator first. We're going to do what? Multiply, good. So when I multiply that numerator out, I get what? Good, 6xy to the 6. How many of you got that? We all added those exponents, right? Okay, denominator we're going to leave alone for this first step. Okay, now what are we doing? So we already multiplied, now we go on to division, right? 6 divided by 3? Where's it go? X divided by x squared? X on the bottom, yeah. I have one x in the numerator, right? I have 2 in the denominator. One of them cancels out. We're left with 1 in the denominator. Y to the 6 divided by y to the 4th. Yeah, y squared on top. 6 minus 4 is 2, and that stays in the numerator. How do we do? Not too bad? That's okay. There's more than one way to do it. Okay. Let's try another one. Let's see if you guys get this one. What's anything to the 0 power? What's being raised to the 0 power? Is the 2? What's the exponent for the 2? 1. Okay, are we all clear on that? Okay, so if you dealt with what was in the parentheses first, you knew that x to the 0 power was 1. So that made this 2 times 1, right? Okay, so then you had x, huh? Okay, so what exponents do, this is x to the first power, right? This is x squared, x cubed. So what exponents do is they tell us how many times it repeats itself. So the x to the first power is just 1x. X squared is x times x. Do you understand? Okay. All right, so 2 times 1 is, squared is, x over 4 is your answer. You're doing all right? Because you're doing great. Okay, good. Makes me very happy. All right, let's try a bigger one. A little bit harder. Okay, so what's the first step, guys? Yeah, let's multiply out this numerator. All right, so we get 2 times 4 times 3, which is 24. We have x squared times x times. And y to the 4th times y to the 4th. Good. Any problems with that piece? Nope. Okay, denominator, 3x negative 3y squared. All right, now, when we divide, we subtract. We have 24 divided by 3. Where? On top, good. X to the 5th divided by x to the negative 3. Yeah, you have to do x5 minus negative 3. Minus negative 3 becomes a, so it becomes x to the 8 in the numerator. And y to the 6 in the numerator. Do I need anything in the denominator? No, I mean if I wanted to put a 1, I could. It doesn't make a difference. You can rewrite it as 8x to the 8th, y to the 6th. How many of you got this right? You guys kick butt. All right, nice job. Okay, so I don't want to go on to square roots because I don't think I'm going to in any of my other classes. So I'm going to do some different practice with you guys. Okay, so we're going to try this one. Can you all see that? Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to send you guys a quick poll. When you get your answer, I want you to send it back to me. Do you all remember how to do that? Doc enter. Okay, it's going to pop up on your calculator. You type in your answer, then you hit doc enter. It's going to submit it back to me. Okay? Actually, did it just bump this whole question to you? Yes. Okay, good. All right, go ahead. Okay, so negative 14 over a cubed is perfect. Nice job, you guys. I got 6, 7. 7 of you got it. Remember, we don't generally like negative exponents, so we like to get rid of those. Okay? So let's go over how to do that one. All right, so when you multiply like bases, what do you do with the exponents? Say add them. Okay, good. All right, so we get negative 14a to the negative 3, right? That's first step. Don't like negative exponents. How do we get rid of it? Right, we drop it down, right? Do we need to move the negative 14? Why? Right, it's not attached to that negative exponent. The exponent for the negative 14 is 1. So this becomes negative 14 over a cubed. Pretty good? All right, let's try one more. Okay. You guys have it? You will. It's coming. How about now? All right, go ahead. Okay. All right, so we had a whole bunch of answers come in. I still have people punching buttons. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Let's talk about how we do it. When you raise a power to power u, multiply. Okay, so what's the exponent to the negative 2? 1. So you have to make sure that you distribute it to that as well. Negative 2 cubed is negative 8. Very good. And then x to the negative 3, y to the 6th. Do I like negative exponents? Where do I put them? That's right. Unless they're already in the bottom, then we bring them to the top. So negative 8, y to the 6th, x cubed. All right, so homework is just page 22 tonight, guys. We will finish lesson 9 on Monday. All right? Please do all of page 22. You guys need to practice. Okie dokies? I'm not erasing.